Here's one thing I know. If you have to win a campaign by dividing people, you're not going to be able to govern them. You won't be able to unite them later if that's how you start.
We all know that Barack Obama was not addressing Bola Ahmed Tinubu directly, but this message is specifically for him. If you have to win an election by dividing the people, you will not be able to govern them. You will find it very difficult to unite them. This is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the president by dividing the people, and currently he finds it difficult to lead over them. Find it difficult to oversee the affairs of over 200 million persons because they are greatly divided. Last election was one that will leave a sore taste on the lips of everyone that experienced it. It was an election that was bettered on bigotry. It was an election that was bettered on tribalism. It was an election that was bettered on religion sentiment. Rest of the Muslim ticket, that ticket greatly divided Nigeria along religion line. The main reason for the Muslim ticket was not because Kashim Shettima is the most competent person in the north. The main reason for the Muslim ticket was for the purpose of getting the Muslim vote from the north. A political calculation by Bola Ahmed Tinubu: if I can get the Muslim vote from the north, I will be able to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That was the reason why he tore the line of getting the Muslim ticket. Doing so, he divided the country along religion line, to the point you saw fake bishops that were hired by the APC government to represent Christian bishops that are supporting the Muslim ticket. You saw flyers, circulars, fake flyers and circulars coming up saying that CAN, PFM, they are supporting the Muslim ticket, whereas all these were fake. All these were in a bid to win the election. Aside religion sentiment, another aspect that the people were greatly divided was ethnic and tribal sentiment. The last election was mixed with so much bigotry. The level of bigotry we experienced during the last election was one that we have never seen in the history of this country before, all in the bid to make one man the president. We saw how some persons who bear a particular name from some section of this country were not allowed to collect their PVCs. You saw how the INEC in Lagos State deliberately disenfranchised the people from collecting their PVCs. Some persons equally went on the streets of Lagos State and told the Igbos to leave Lagos State because of election. Badebo Rosevival, who is a Yoruba man, was attacked, criticized, and labeled all manner of derogatory names because his mother is from Igbo. The Yorubaness was taken away from him because he has an Igbo mother. You saw how the culture of Yoruba land, the Oro festival, was desecrated because of politics. The election itself was more about tribalism. People were attacked, maimed, killed, and properties worth millions of naira were destroyed. All of this just to make one man to become the president. But he did not win the presidency, he did not win the election. He grabbed it, snatched it, and ran away with it. Ever since he became the president, he has found it very difficult to govern the people. The tribalism, the division that we introduced in our election campaign during the last election, has not gone away. It has continued till date. The level of tribal fight between the Igbos and the Yorubas has become something else. And these things are state-sponsored to keep the people perpetually divided and distracted from the real issues on ground. We all know that President Muhammadu Buhari is a failure. The people resented him. But the level of resentment the people have for Bola Ahmed Tinubu is worse than what they had for President Muhammadu Buhari. Just 1 year in office as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the people are already protesting against his government. This is unheard of. This has never been seen or heard in the history of this country before. 1 year in office, everything has collapsed. Nothing is working in this country. The people are angry. The people are resenting their president. Resentment is coming because of the division among the people. The people are greatly divided along religion and ethnic line. It is very difficult to rule over the affairs of people that are divided. You cannot get them to like you. You cannot get them to see through your policies. Whatever policies you put out there is bound to fail because the people you are making these policies for, they are not willing to accept it. It is even worse in the case of Bola Ahmed Tinubu because all of his policies are anti-people policies. every policy he has churned out there to the people has been to take away from the people. It's not policies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is geared towards alleviating the pains and suffering of the people. This has made it harder for the people to even like him. To make it more harder, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not the choice of majority of Nigerians. I've explained that in several of my videos. Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the election not based on the popular choice, but based on divided opposition. When you calculate the vote that was gotten by the second and the third candidate in the last election, you will notice that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not popular among the people. He is not the will and aspiration of majority of Nigerians. This explains the reason why we are more divided than we were before. There is no love, there is no harmony, there is no unity. The people are complaining about bad government. The people are criticizing the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The people in the camp of Bola Ahmed Tinubu are saying that they are criticizing Bola Ahmed Tinubu because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a Yoruba man. They are liking every criticism of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and APC to Yoruba. Everything is linked to tribalism, and that is the reason why we are not moving forward. That is the reason why things keep getting worse and worse, because we cannot come together and call the government for who they are. The government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a colossal failed government, and we should say that it is. This government is not doing anything to alleviate the suffering of the people. This government is impoverishing the people the more. This government is making policies that is deteriorating our economy. This government is making policies that is deteriorating our educational sector. This government is not doing anything about security. This government is not doing anything about inflation. Fuel is being sold for 1,000 naira to date, but the people cannot come together to speak. For the people, they cannot come together to call the government because we are greatly divided. Last protest was one that will show you that we are divided. Some persons were asking for end bad government. Some persons were asking for the continuation of bad government because they love the person in power. They don't want you to protest. They want the status quo to remain. They went on the street to protest in support of the government. Why are they supporting the government? What exactly is the government doing rightly that is benefiting them that other Nigerians are not benefiting? The reason is simply because we are divided. What you need to understand about this division is that it is politically created. The people at the helm of affairs, they want the people to be perpetually divided. When you are divided, your voice is also divided. You cannot stand as one to call out the bad government in our midst. You cannot stand as one to call out the bad policies of the government. You cannot stand as one to defend your country. You cannot stand as one to call for good government. While you're busy being divided against each other, while you're busy fighting one another, fuel is being sold for 1,000 naira. Did you hear me right? Fuel is being sold for 1,000 naira, and everywhere is calm. Everybody is going about their normal businesses as if nothing is happening. And we are all divided. The dollar that was blamed on Binance for influencing is being sold at 1,600. The cost of goods in the market, it keeps skyrocketing. It's not even coming down any soon. And the people are not holding the government accountable because they are divided. Tinubu is not even willing to unite the people because he loves a divided Nigeria. A divided Nigeria will give him the opportunity to do whatever he's doing and go away with it. Tinubu has been going away with everything he's doing. Imagine buying a 150 million presidential jet and nobody is complaining, nobody is doing anything about it. Everyone is calm. You're buying a $150 million presidential jet in the midst of poverty, in the midst of insecurity, in the midst of inflation, in the midst of high cost of commodities out there in the market, where the people are going their normal business because they are divided. Nigerians who are supposed to understand that they are the ones at the receiving end. Whatever is happening in this country today, the politicians are not benefiting from it negatively. They are benefiting from it positively. Look at the National Assembly. These guys go home with 21 million naira every month as salary and bonus and allowances. Their kids are attending the best of schools, whereas majority of Nigerians are going home with 70,000 naira as minimum wage. They are being meant to depend on student loan for their education that they destroy and deliberately made expensive. So you can see, you are the one that is at the receiving end. So it is high time we all came together and unite ourselves together against these people that call themselves politicians that are ruining our nation. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.